Good morning. Huawei is an electronics company here in China, and it is a primary target of our semiconductor export bans in the chip war, as it's called. Western companies are generally banned from selling hardware or other tech and services to Huawei. Last month, the U.S. Commerce Department went a step further and issued new restrictions on anyone buying equipment from Huawei anywhere in the world. The new U.S. export controls govern semiconductor chips used in artificial intelligence. Any person or company inside or outside the United States using them without the authorization of the BIS, which is part of the Commerce Department, could face criminal and administrative penalties, including prison and fines. It's difficult to see just how these rules can be enforced in the real world, but these new restrictions will force users across the world to choose between US and Chinese AI companies. That was last month, May. Huawei and ZTE, that's another Chinese tech company under heavy US sanctions, they are planning a big expansion push, especially in Belt and Road countries. Huawei is restricted from selling in North America and Europe, so they're opening up markets elsewhere. Other countries face challenges in developing AI, and in countries where China already has a strong presence, Huawei is being waved on in. Malaysia and Uzbekistan are mentioned here, both of whom have big ambitions in AI software and services. The global AI market, this is for hardware primarily, will be about $223 billion in 3 years. The United States is the biggest market now, but other markets are growing faster. China will grow at 35%, and in aggregate, ASEAN, Europe, Middle East, and Africa will grow by 21%. That's misleading because Malaysia and Uzbekistan, as an example, are starting at almost zero, and so are most of these countries lumped into that 21%. So Chinese firms will have that 35% in China just by showing up and compete head-to-head against suppliers everywhere else. Chinese firms have huge advantages in cost and in supply chain. They also have deep experience setting up the base stations and telecom. Huawei has 31% of the global market share for that, and they plus ZTE add up to 40%. When Chinese firms go into new markets, the 5G communications towers, cloud services, they're built out first, then come the AI and data centers. So Huawei and ZTE and the other Chinese firms are looking for the whole end-to-end system. That's also the business model they've got for Brazil, which is a BRICS country, and China has a lot of Belt and Road investments there. DataPrev is a state-owned company in Brazil, and we use Huawei to build their data centers. For Brazil, the most important consideration is economic growth and development while balancing their relationships with the United States and China. Brazil wants to become an AI hub powered by renewable energy. China makes all of that possible also at a lower cost, and Brazil has thus far ignored Washington's demand that they ban Huawei from building equipment for them. This is the CEO of another Brazilian company, Edge, who wants to buy Huawei chips to expand into infrastructure and AI. Remember, the Commerce Department says that they can put people in jail if they buy Huawei's chips. Rodrigo Lobo, and here he's meeting with Huawei, getting interviewed and wearing a microphone. He does not look very worried. This is Qingdao, Shandong province. Be good.
Go with me as I lead my family and my loved ones to salvation, as I show them the knowledge and the gospel of Jesus. I pray for courage and strength to face temptation and trials, and that you will